Let's close our eyes. We will chant Om 3 times. Let's breathe in normally and breathe out. Now breathe in for Omkar. ओंकार बिंदु संयुक्तम नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः. ॐ नमो प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानेकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणमूर्तये नमः. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Let us invite our Ishtadev, our Gurudev, to witness our Katha. And let us request them to be the doer of the Katha, to be the receiver of the Katha, and to be the experiencer of the Katha. With the blessings of the entire environment, let's have a smile on our face, relax our body, and gently open our eyes. Every single epoch, the yugas, have a guru. No time period can ever move forward without a guru. Guru is not a human being. Guru is an element. So when we say that we want to drink lemonade or we want to drink coconut water, we want to drink water. Cold water, hot water, warm water. These are various names of the products that are at our disposal. If you are feeling slightly weak, then you might need a shikanji water, the lemonade water. So you will have to ask for that. But the constituent in all these things is water. Guru Tattva is exactly like that. The very power of Guru has to manifest in the form of a human being. Otherwise, how will the Guru Tattva talk to us? So every single epoch, every yug has a guru. In the Sat Yug, the very first of the 4 yugas, Bhagwan Shiv took the form of a guru called Dakshinamurti. The 4 Manasputra, the sons of Brahmaji, Sanak, Sankadik, Sanandan and Sanatan, collectively known as Sanat Kumars, they were very intelligent. They were absolute devotee of Lord. And they knew all the kathas and everything. But even somebody who knows the katha, somebody who is a saint, you can be in doubts. So one day, some doubt came in their mind. So they thought that maybe we should go and resolve this doubt. Now imagine that you are a PhD and you have a doubt. You would not go and ask about the resolution to an ordinary person because he won't even understand. So Sanak Kumars went to Bhagwan Vishnu, but for some reason they could not meet Bhagwan Vishnu. And then they were thinking what to do now. So they were moving back, knowing that there is nobody who can help them. In fact, Brahmaji was also busy at that time. Then they saw somebody who was meditating under a tree. Sanat Kumars were drawn towards that person. All the 4 brothers went to that person and just saw him. The saint did not speak a single word. Sanat Kumars did not say a single word. They didn't ask any question. But the moment Sanat Kumars saw that Guru there, all their doubts were resolved. That is the power of Guru Tattva. That was Dakshinamurti, Bhagwan Shiv. And Sanat Kumars came back happily. And these very doubts generate a lot of knowledge for any particular time period, which helps us navigate through. The same mantle was assumed by Maharishi Vishwamitra, Maharishi Vashisht in Treta Yuga. uh, Shubhra ji and Bhakti ji are saying that my voice is breaking in between, and this is the case with Nancy ji also. Just allow me a moment. Is it all right now? It is better. For Shubhra ji, it is better. It is better for everybody. Perfect. Might have been something with this. I've removed them. So the same thing happened in Treta Yuga. And the wonderful story goes that one day Brahmaji just came like that and asked a lot of his disciples that, hey, who would want to go to earth? And now no disciple was ready. Because why would you want to go to earth? It is a demotion. Brahmaji's every disciple is exactly like Brahmaji. Same in power, same in approach, same in ideas. And of course, if they are same as Brahmaji, they all have the ability to see through the future. Now, interesting thing is that you can have the abilities, but whether you use those abilities or not, that's on us. All of us can get to be in the presence of many opportunities. But not everybody takes them, right? So there was one disciple who quickly closed his eyes and realized what Brahmaji was talking about. And he raised his hand. I'll go. Brahmaji says, Vashisht, why do you want to go there? Nobody else has raised the hand. It's a demotion. Then Vashisht Muni said, I know that after some time, in the same clan that you want me to be the guru of, Bhagwan Ram will take avatar. And I don't want to miss out on that opportunity where I will be the teacher of Bhagwan Ram. And I will also not miss out an opportunity when Bhagwan Ram will become distressed because of too much knowledge. And I will be the one who will produce a document, who will produce the nectar, who will produce the profoundest knowledge called Yoga Vashisht to help him out of that sadness and delusion. And delusion happens only in two cases. When you know not so much and when you know a lot too much. Arjun did not know a lot. Otherwise, Arjun was very intelligent. But of course, he was not aware of how the cosmos works, how the universe works, the idea that this is all an illusion. So he was in delusion. So Bhagwan Krishna resolved his delusion. But in Treta Yuga, the opposite happened. Bhagwan Ram had acquired all the knowledge. And then he thought that everything is useless. Why should I do anything? I mean, why I should not even eat? It is all futile to be part of this world. Too much knowledge. Again, delusion will happen. And your guru came to your rescue. In both the cases, you have been instructed on the importance of karma. It is your job. You cannot escape your karma, but you also need to realize that it is just illusion that we are part of. And we have to play that. Because nobody can remain indifferent from karma. We are breathing. How can we be indifferent from an action? We have to perform the action. Action is part of our very being. But how do we perform the action? By becoming a doer or just by being the seer, by being the observer? Ki haan, this is my responsibility, I have to do it. And in Treta Yuga, Mahamuni Vashisht became the guru of the entire Ikshvaku clan and waited for thousands and thousands and thousands of years for Bhagwan Ram to arrive. And Vashisht Muni had served the father of Bhagwan Ram, then grandfather of Bhagwan Ram, then great grandfather of Bhagwan Ram, and so many. And then the epoch changed. From Satyug, where all the four legs of Dharma are alive, we enter into Treta Yuga, where three legs of Dharma remain. Some other day we'll talk about the various legs of Dharma. In Dwapar Yuga, only two legs of Dharma remain. So it's like 50% chances that people will be engaged in pap, 50% chances that people will be engaged in the good deeds. And at that time, a guru was needed. For one reason, that when a long passage of time passes, and when you are coming closer to a time where people are not as intelligent, as divine, and as intellectually superior as compared to a Satyuga or Treta Yuga, you have to ensure that knowledge is properly calibrated. And that's when Mahamuni Ved Vyas ji was born. Gurus had been there earlier also. The father of Mahamuni Ved Vyas is Muni Parashar. Ved Vyas ji was born as a son of Muni Parashar and Satyavati, the same Satyavati that Shantanu married. Satyavati was a very important figure in Mahabharata. So Mahamuni Parashar one day met Satyavati and asked for help. Parashar ji said that I want you to be the mother of my child. But your motherhood will not be achieved through the conventional process. I just need your cell and I just need your womb. And while you do that, ensure that the values that you are supposed to espouse are provided to this child, because he is going to be the light to the world. In modern terms, it is like artificial insemination. And Muni Ved Vyas was born. The wonderful part is that his name nobody knows. Vyas means Vistar, the expansion. Ved Vyas means the expansion of Vedas. So until that time in Dwapar Yuga, there was only one Veda. Knowledge was just one. And it was absolutely impossible for any person to know that, to fully understand it. So Vyas ji thought that I will divide this knowledge into 4 parts. And that's where the 4 Vedas were made: Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samved, and Atharvaved. And then he taught these 4 Vedas to his disciples, one on one and one. And then further, he divided that into multiple chapters. And then his students divided those into various further interpretations known as Sahitas. And that's when we hear Garg Samhita and various other Sahitas. So he is the one, Mahamuni Vyas, who is responsible for giving us the Vedas in the form that they are today. Otherwise, they would be incomprehensible. And not just that, he wrote further commentaries on the various elements of Vedas because he knew that people won't be able to still understand every Veda. You might have heard of a lot of surnames like Vedi, Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi. Have you heard of that? Huh? So these surnames were given to the people on the basis of how many Vedas they have acquired a mastery of. So if somebody is Dvivedi, that person has acquired the mastery of only 2 Vedas. And that was a massive thing to achieve. Imagine what Chaturvedi would know. And it takes many years. Sometimes people are not able to understand a single Veda through the life. And then Mahamuni Vyas ji thought, maybe I should make it even more easy. So he created Upanishads and Puranas in a storytelling format, in a narrative format. He provided all the knowledge. Then he wrote a lot of other Samhitas as well. And finally, he was still not satisfied. Vyas ji has written 4 Vedas, so many Upanishads, Puranas, Mahabharat. Vyas ji wrote Mahabharat. But he was still not satisfied. So one day he was very much in that sad state, that I have achieved so much. And what is it that world has not gotten because of me? He wasn't egoistic. He was just sad. But why am I not feeling so satisfied even today? And see, when righteous people, the saints, feel a little too distressed, Narad ji would appear. The Mahamuni, the Mahagyani, Narad ji would appear. And Narad ji said to Vyas ji, "Oh dear Vyas, you should write Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana. Talk about your Lord, your God, Bhagwan Krishna, who he is, what is his Swarup, what is the depth of his divinity, so that people in this yuga and the upcoming Kali Yuga, they can take the help of that book, which will be no less than the Lord himself." And when Mahamuni Vyas asked Naradji, how do I write it? Then Naradji gave him a Chatushloki Bhagavad. Only 4 shlokas. And with those 4 shlokas, when he meditated upon, every single thing was in front of his psyche. And he wrote it down. And that was his final creation. He wrote nothing after that. And that's why it is said that every person should listen to Srimad Bhagavatam once in the life. In fact, the departed souls, when we do Srimad Bhagavatam and Ramcharitmanas for them, they get a lot of blessing. Their further journey becomes easy, especially if the people who have left the world have not left off the normal causes. I think I should also tell you who is the Guru in Kali Yuga. That is Bhagwan Shankaracharya. Once again, the ideas of Vedas were lost, and most importantly, a lot of misconceptions started to arise in Dharma. And when that happens, then somebody has to be there, somebody comes. And Shankaracharya ji came and united everybody. He set up 4 mutt at 4 places in our country. He talked about the unity. In fact, people at that time started to be in conflict just because of the fact that one would be a devotee of Bhagwan Vishnu, one would be a devotee of Bhagwan Shiva, and then Shankaracharya ji said that they both are same. And then he gave a very interesting understanding of God. Mano buddhayankar chittaninaham. Nacha shrotra jihve nacha ghrana netre. The one that is not man, the one that is not ahankar, the one that is not buddhi chitta, the one that is away from these vrittis. He doesn't hear through ears, doesn't smell through nose. Na cha vyom bhumi na tejo na vayu. He's not one of the 5 elements as well. Chidanandarup. He is the one beyond. Chidanand, Satchidanand. Chidanand Rupa is Shivoham, Shivoham. Aham nirvikalpo. There is no alternative. Nirakar. No akar. Nirakara rupo. Vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyana. Nacha sangatam neva muktirnam meya chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. So there are 4 gurus in 4 yugas. And even Shankaracharya's knowledge is based on Mahamuni Vyasa's knowledge. So Vyas ji was born on a dweep. Dweep means island. And he was dark in his complexion. So dark means Krishna. Even Bhagwan Krishna was also dark in his complexion, and that's why his name was Krishna. So for example, Yashoda Maya might have thought that I would want to call my little kid Kalu. So instead of calling him Kalu, she said Krishna. But then of course she called him Kana, Kanhaiya, and various other things also got associated with his name. Makhan Chor, Chit Chor, Mohan, Jo Mohle, the one who would just enchant you. Because Vedvyas ji was born on a dweep, one of the names that he is called by is Krishna Dvaipayan. Dvep, Ayan means the one who resides in a place, so Dvaipayan, and because he was dark in complexion, Krishna Dvaipayan. He spent some time, he lived in Badrik Ashram also. So his another name is Badarayan as well. The power that he had was immense. He could see all through the time dimensions. The moment he was born, shortly after that, he took the permission from his mother that, Mom, I want to be an ascetic. I want to be a monk. Mom said, yeah, sure, go. That's all right. That's exactly why I brought you in this world. He said that whenever you need me, you let me know. I will be there anytime. But his job was something else. When Mahabharata Yuddha was not even in the distant reality, he knew that eventually it is going to happen because he could see the future. And future is not something which you cannot change. Future is something which we can predict on the basis of the actions that we are doing today. Vyas ji's predictions were, of course, more accurate because he could know what a person can and cannot do. And that's why he warned Dhritarashtra many times that your son Duryodhana is going to take the entire civilization of yours down. So it is better that you abandon him, rather punish him. He has not done a lot of good deeds anyway. But Dhritarashtra did not listen to that. And the Mahabharata war happened. Even before the Mahabharata war, one day Mahamuni Vyas ji came to the kingdom of Hastinapur. And said to Draupadi, Draupadi, take care of your hair. Draupadi got alarmed. Why is he saying that? That I should take care of my hair? Couple of months later, she was dragged into the court with her hair only. Mahamuni Vyas knew that it is time for his mother Satyavati and the daughters-in-law of Satyavati to leave Hastinapur, because what is going to happen now will not be in their control. So better is that in the fourth part of your life you spend that time in a forest. So he came beforehand and took them away. When the Mahabharata war was over, Dhritarashtra realized what a misdeed he has committed. And then he decided that I, along with my wife, will go for a Vanaprastha ashram. We will live as an ascetic in the jungles. Kunti also, of course, tagged along. But after many years, he still was not able to let go of whatever had happened in Mahabharat war. So Dhritarashtra asked Maharshi Vyas to appear before him and requested him that I just want to see all my kids, all of them, in fact the Pandavas as well, once. I don't know what they are doing right now, what state are they in, have they been liberated? It is something which eats me every day. Mahamuni Vyas, with his immense powers, he said, all right, we will do that. And then he invited everybody on the Ganga river, and everybody came out of that Ganga river wearing the same ensemble that they were wearing when the war was about to start. With all their chariots, every single thing was visible to Dhritarashtra. Maharshi Vyas had given him the divine Chakshu, the Divya Drishti, because he was blind otherwise. And then he saw that everybody is happy. They are all meeting with each other. They were having a celebration. And finally, when Dhritarashtra saw that and he realized that everything is well and sorted, nobody is suffering anything, then they all went down back in Ganga river. When Mahabharat war was about to start, Vyas ji came to see Dhritarashtra and offered him that I can give you the Divya Drishti. Dhritarashtra refused. He said that it probably won't be possible for me to see anybody because I haven't seen any of my sons since their birth, because I was blind, so I will not be able to recognize anyway. And most importantly, even if I am able to recognize because of your divine power, I would not want to see them for the first time just when they are in a war zone and they will die. So Maharshi Vyas gave the Divya Drishti to Sanjay, a very close aide, a minister of Dhritarashtra, and a wonderful nobleman. Now see the opportunities that you get. Dhritarashtra was not able to witness the Virat Roop of Bhagwan Krishna, the one which he showed to Arjun. But Sanjay was able to see that because of Divya Drishti, and there were only two people who saw that. And Sanjay wrote that in the Mahabharata account, that Bhagwan Krishna has shown something, but I cannot describe that to you. And today I am realizing how fortunate I was that you declined the offer of divine Chakshu. That was the power of Maharshi Vyas. In fact, Maharshi Vyas also got a bit carried away for a moment, when he had less control on his emotions. And that happened when his son was born. His name was Shukdev. His son was born after staying in the mother's womb for 12 years. And he did not want to be out because he thought that world will corrupt him, and he just wanted to be in the bhakti of God. So Maharshi Vyas said that, Putra, your mom is getting hurt. It is very difficult for her to carry you. It has been so many years. Please come out. So he says that if I come out, then this whole world will just make me the way it is. Here I am protected, I am secure in my mother's womb. And then Akashvani happened that Lord has blessed you, that you will not be touched by the nitty-gritties of the world. And then when he came out, he did not look at anybody. The moment he was delivered, he stood up and straightaway went towards jungle, did not turn around. And Vyas ji kept on saying, Putra, Putra, at least look at me for once, look at me for once. But he didn't. He did not speak a word. He was very calm, in a very gentle state. And it is said, it is written in Srimad Bhagavatam that Maharshi Vyas ran after him for some time, and the Srishti around him, in the form of the animals over there, the trees over there, the birds over there, they reminded Maharshi Vyas that you should not be carried away by emotions. The moment you are carried away by emotions, then you have lost the track of what you are here for. You should be equanimous. You know that he is your son and he is going to be closer to God the way you are. And at that time, his moh, his attachment was broken, and he realized, oh yes, that's right. Of course, it was his child. You can be carried away. And then when he realized this thing, that we all are same, we all are God's creatures, then they got united. And how they got united? The very Srimad Bhagavat Katha that Maharshi Vyas wrote and Shukdev ji understood from him, learned from him. The same Katha Shukdev ji recited to so many people, including Maharshi Vyas. And Shukdev ji was a step ahead in the powers and the divinity that Vyas ji had. And Vyas ji is still there. He is one of the Chiranjeevis who would go until the end of this kalp. Hanumanji is also a Chiranjeevi. You know that, right? Wherever any Vishnu Katha is happening, or even a Katha that is connected with that, Hanumanji would be there. He has to listen to that. Vyas ji was so intelligent that when he meditated, every single thing he could see and witness, and that's why he wrote the entire Mahabharata as and how it happened. And he considered himself so fortunate that I was able to witness Bhagwan Krishna's roop, and I was able to mark everything down what he said in the form that is known as the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata only. There is a misconception in the world, not world, in our country, and you can let me know if you also have heard of that misconception, that keeping Mahabharata in home results in wars, conflicts. How many of us have heard that? That is untrue. That is useless nonsense. This thing was propagated by Britishers somewhere around that time so that people go away from their dharma. One should always keep Mahabharata and Ramayana at home, and not just keep, not just wrap it in a red or yellow cloth. You got to read them. Because Mahabharata tells you various things that a person should never do. Mahabharata tells you the things that a person should do. Mahabharata tells you categorically the difference between dharma and adharma. And Mahabharata gets you to that knowledge called the Bhagavad Gita. If we don't read Mahabharata, if we don't read Bhagavad Gita, we will never understand the intricacies of life and we won't find the solutions of the problems which are always there. So it comes in Mahabharata, and I will read it for you. यथा समुद्रो भगवान यथा च हिमवान गिरि ख्याता वुभो रत्न निधि तथा भारत मुच्यते कार्षणम वेदमिमं विद्वान श्रावयित्वार्थमश्नुते इदं भारतमाख्यानं य पठेत सुसमाहित स गच्छेत परमां सिद्धिमति में नास्ति संशया. What's the meaning of that? जैसे the way sea and Himalayas are known as the repository of various elements like diamonds and whatnot, in the similar manner, Mahabharata, including Gita, is just the repository of wonderful knowledge that is priceless. This is Krishna Dvaipayan's, that means Ved Vyas Ji's fifth Veda. Mahabharata is known as fifth Veda. If you cannot read Vedas, just read Mahabharata and you will get the crux of Vedas. If you can't read Mahabharata, also read Bhagavad Gita, you will get the crux of Vedas. And what is further said in the last chapter of Mahabharata, Swarga Rohan Parva? The good person who makes others listen to Mahabharata, all his aspects, all his needs, all his wants are taken care of. सब अर्थ सिद्ध हो जाते हैं. And the one who, with full focus, reads Mahabharata, listens to Mahabharata, that person gets the moksha, that person gets the final knowledge and liberation. And that is Shri Krishna Dvaipayan, Badarayan, Ved Vyasji for you, the one who is almighty, all intelligent, absolute divine, bliss incarnated, intelligence on the pedestal. Let's close our eyes. लोका समस्तः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Let the blessings of Mahamuni Vyas and his divine virtues be part of your body, of your mind. And let's pray to God that they materialize in the form of the intelligence and abilities of our child that is going to be born. Bless everybody around you, your family, your friends, everybody who is part of this Katha. Bless your country, bless your people, bless the nature, bless the world, and be in gratitude of everything that you have gotten. There will never be any dearth of anything in your life. Let's open our eyes. And now the assignment time.